Mr. Clean, don't do it, Papa Smurf. Girl, Real Housewife of Atlanta is so back. I am this is literally history. Literally history, because Atlanta is giving us what we have always loved about Atlanta: the shade, the reads, the drama, the funniness. I mean, one-liners. I mean, the way that I'm gonna be using Mr. Clean from now on. Girl, we need to talk about everything that is happening on the last episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But before we start, welcome back. I'm the real Andy of Beverly Hills. Welcome to another piece of tea. If you are new here, welcome to Beverly Troop, where I keep it real and I mention it all. So make sure to subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And girl, let's talk about this mess. Look, I feel that Atlanta, Real Housewife of Atlanta, has been, a staple of the franchise for so long, and it was bleeding. It was being damaged. Like, there were like a good amount, I want to say like 3 or 4 seasons that we were like, girl, struggling to go through it. And I was very worried, I mean, not for nothing, people were asking so much for the return of Nene Leakes, because we were like, how are we gonna like recover the Atlanta that we used to love? How are we gonna laugh the way that we used to laugh? We need that energy, that Nene Leakes used to bring, the shade, the reads, like all of that, the meme worthy moments. Like we needed that in order to Atlanta, and in order for Atlanta to be, what it used to be. But I have to tell you, this season, girl, Angela Oakley, I have to say, has been probably the best addition to the Real Housewife franchise as a whole in a very long time. I feel that Angela Oakley is so effortlessly shady and funny, and she just looks like the part. She doesn't need to be like a multimillionaire, but she has money, so she's not filing for bankruptcy, She's doing her own thing, right? She and she's acknowledging when she's losing money, She literally said, I lose $2 million of my own money, but then she's still working, to get back without her husband's support, right? And then we have like the amazingness of her group interactions. I feel that Angela kind of like clocked it on the sense that I'm gonna do some friendships and then I'm not gonna give a shit about anyone else. That this is what this game is all about. You need to be able to throw shade to everyone, no matter who they are. And then we have the newbies of this season, K. Michelle and Pinky. K. Michelle, also like great addition, incredible. I believe that she's really gonna be doing well on Housewives for a while, Pinky, on the other side, I have to say I have not been really able to connect with her. I think that her demeanor is a little bit, weird. I feel that she is not here to really connect with any of the ladies. It has been very hard. And I think you need to understand, especially if you're going to be a housewife, that this is not about doing what you want to do. It's about doing what you have to do. You have to be friends with the people that you need to be friends, even if you don't like them. You need to keep it real, as real you can be, but then there is always a portion that you have to create a character. And I feel that Pinky has not been able to do that, right? She goes directly to these fights that has no reason whatsoever. Honestly, she's inserting on every single person's problems, but the only reason why I'm giving her a pass, and I will be even willing to give her a second season, it's because not every housewife get used to be a great housewife on their first season. Usually it's on season 2 when you actually realize what is this all about, right? Pinky needs to change a little bit. You know, I'm not saying that she needs to be a completely different person, but she definitely needs to change, because her attitude is not gonna be part of this group of friends unless she does something about it. Anyways, the show is doing really good. It's really funny. I mean, Portia is bringing it. On our last episode, we saw the real Cynthia Bailey. The Cynthia Bailey that has been dormant for so long is finally back. You know, she was literally like fighting for her life, you know. And what else can we ask for, you know? Phaedra Parks is doing great. Like, it's just a great ensemble. I think someone asked Andy Cohen if, you know, this was the moment to bring Nene Leakes back, because, you know, Nene Leakes has been doing like little steps, you know, forward with NBC. And, you know, he said, interestingly, he said, like, it's not like we are close to that possibility, but we have been fighting for so long, you know, we have been fighting for so long for a group of ladies who actually make sense, who actually make great reality TV. And we finally have one, you know, and maybe bringing someone like Nene could mess that situation, you know, could be like maybe bringing something that is not needed right now. And for the first time, I can say, you know, like, Nene is maybe not being needed, right? I have not even been missing Kenya, right? So the ensemble is working, even though they are not our favorites, and that shows you that that is the best way possible. When you are even rooting for people who are you just not are agreeing with, you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, like, even Druzy Dora is doing her part. Every single one of these ladies are really, I don't know if they got together, if they were like, bitch, we are gonna get canceled if we don't do something about this. And it works. It works, you know. I think they're all being villains and fan favorites at the same time. And that is such a weird combination, because it's kind of like what the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City do. And that's why we love that show so much. So I'm glad that Atlanta is taking a page from Salt Lake City to do things right. And I'm really hoping that other franchises will be doing the same. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Atlanta, on the Newbies, on the drama that is happening right now? Let me know, and if you want to get all the tea related to the Real Housewives of Atlanta or any of the other Bravo shows, make sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you around. See ya. Bye.